Hi everybody! I hope you're all having a fantastic Halloween so far. I have two little superheroes. I got a Spider-Man and a Flash, and they were delivered to school this morning, so excited. I wanted to give you a few tips today about surviving Halloween. So one of the reasons that the flu season lands right around this time is because people's immune systems start to get depleted. Partially because there's less sleep happening. There's a little bit more stress with school, especially for the kiddos. And sugar is really, really hard on our immune systems. So I wanted to give you a few tips to kind of help your kids stay a little bit healthier through the season, and especially get through this little hump of Halloween going into Christmas, because we don't want to get them totally depleted. We do want to support them, even though we're allowing them to have a little bit more candy and enjoy the fun activities of Halloween. So first of all, what I would say is make sure you are still giving your child regular meals along with the treats. So I know after they go trick-or-treating, they want to dig into their candy right away, or even while they're running around the night of, they're like pulling into their bag if they're like my kids. So number one, make sure they have a really good supper tonight. And the way I get my kids to eat a really, really good supper before an exciting event like this, like trick-or-treating, is absolutely no candy unless your plate is finished. And I fill their plate with vegetables, I fill their plate with fiber, I fill their plate with a really good protein source. I give them lots of variety, and I say, you gotta eat your supper or else no candy tonight at all whatsoever. And they know I'm serious, because when I make threats like that, I follow through with it. So that is my first big tip. Make sure your kids are getting a really, really good supper. And I know it can take a little bit of time. So what I did is I prepared a soup, a really nice high fiber nutritious soup last night. And I'll make the rest of what goes along with it tonight quickly before we go out trick-or-treating, so then we can have that meal early, we can clean it up really easily, but then they're going to be getting a really good meal before they go out and have treats. Second, so remember, Wally, my dog is barking in the background. So my second tip is to make sure they get a really good sleep tonight. So I know sometimes when we're doing things like going out trick-or-treating, that we let our kids stay up a little bit later. But make sure that you stick to the bedtime so that they get a good sleep, and then when they get up for school tomorrow, they can be a little bit rested. Because that's the second part to our immune system too. Our immune system recovers and helps our body with recovery when we're sleeping. So we actually have to get that good quality sleep in. So even if they're having a few treats after supper and before bed, you want to make sure that they're getting into bed at a good time so that they get a long enough sleep tonight to help their body kind of recover. And then the third thing is I lock up the candy in my house. So we have it's actually originally was an alcohol drawer where we keep our hard alcohol. And then we have another drawer that we have a child lock on that has our cleaning supplies in it. So the alcohol got moved to the side, and that's where all the chocolate and the candy and everything get locked up in my house, because the kids can't just go. I don't let them look after their own candy, because they don't always have, let's face it, a lot of adults don't have the willpower to stay away from the candy. So I lock it up in a locked drawer that they aren't able to open, and then we ration it a little bit. And so over the next few weeks, yeah, they can have a few pieces here or there when they're good. I'll give them a piece of candy or a couple of pieces of candy throughout the day when they ask, but I don't let them binge on it, because we got to give their livers time to keep up. It's our livers that have to process the high fructose corn syrup through our systems. And so just like a little kid, it's just like alcohol almost when once it gets inside. So we got to make sure that their livers are keeping up. So don't let your kids binge. You can lock it up, you can hide it, you can switch it out. My sister-in-law does a switch, so they trade their candy for a toy or something that they want, and then the candy disappears. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get around that, but just don't let your kids binge on the candy. I know I often go through and I pull the pop out right away. My kids aren't having the pop, or else we just gratefully decline any pop at any people's houses. We stick to kind of the chips that they love and the little candy and chocolate pieces that they love, and the rest we donated it. I use it for baking. I use different things, but we don't binge on it, because that's what's going to save your kids from getting run down and getting sick in the coming months. Because remember, this is just the start of it. Now we have We have Christmas, we have New Year's, and there's all sorts of celebrations in the fall. I know my kids' birthdays just stagger Halloween. I have one kid's birthday right before and one kid's right after. So this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, all right? Stay strong, moms, you've got this. I know that you do. Have a fantastic Halloween and stay safe out there. Bye.